Okay, hello everyone, Exo Man here, and I have the lovely Farm Girl. And say hello, Farm Girl.
Hi.
Alright, so one of the biggest, most frequent requests you get, and I know we don't normally do requests, but I would say the biggest request that you get is people wanting you to divulge your health secrets, if you will, or what you do to stay healthy,
I try and answer everybody, but it doesn't quite work.
Yeah, well, it's hard to do now because you get thousands of comments a month.
Yeah.
So, and that went from 20 comments a month to literally thousands a month, and it's hard to keep up with. So, in this video, let's try to kind of encompass all the things that you do. Exercise, lifestyle, nutrition, diet, supplements, the whole gamut. Can you give us a rundown starting with your fitness regimen, if you will?
Well,
and by the way, Farm Girl, you're going to be 50 in July.
Yes.
And some people will see this video when you're 60.
Oh my gosh.
Or 70.
Yeah.
But right now,
hopefully it'll help.
You're 49 and 9/10 more than you're 50, basically. So, all right. So give us some pointers on how you stay. All right. Let me say this. Let me interject again. A lot of people say it's largely genetic. You're just fortunate. I bear witness to the fact that it's not just genetic, that you work your ass off and you take damn good care of yourself.
Yeah.
So,
genetics has a role, but my philosophy is if you keep moving in life, if you're not sedentary, you're going to be 10 times more fit than the people that just sit around and watch TV. I used to run all the time, like a lot, like long distances,
and do aerobics.
High impact aerobics and all that. And I'm finding now that I'm having a little aches and pains in my joints, and I think that over the years and research that I've done and research that I've read, I've found that the static run is not really good, especially as you get older. It creates more cortisol, which is a hormone that stores belly fat.
Yeah, you have another video that talked about this.
Yeah, and the more you create cortisol, the more belly fat you're going to store. If you keep running and you're just like, it's kind of like the law of diminishing returns. And you're not going to get the effect that you want.
And you'll destroy your knees, and then when you get older, you won't be able to move around hardly at all, so you really have screwed yourself down the road.
But to stay in condition, I think it's great to do sprinting.
Yeah.
You do like...
In other words, short distance running where you don't wear your joints
you go
down.
all out, or like 80% out, 90% out. You can read the running books and they'll tell you how to do it.
Let's move on from running. What do we do as an alternative?
Now what we basically do is every day we walk. You should walk at least 45 minutes to an hour. Mm-hmm. That at least gives you that calorie burn. You get outside. It's just so healthy for you.
This is so key. It's so critical to those who are sedentary and not trying to be sedentary, but their work demands.
If you're sitting at a computer all day,
you got
to get one of these because it'll tell you that you've been sitting too long and you need to get up and move around.
Right. And so moving along. So lots of walking.
Lots of walking and lifting weights.
You do a lot of weightlifting.
So important, especially women. And women will tell me that they need to lose the weight that they have before they start working out, which is crazy. The more muscle you have, the more fat you're going to burn, especially at rest. Well, at all times.
And you're not recommending women get jacked up. You're just recommending good muscle
but women think that if they lift weights, they're going to get all bulky, and it just is not going to happen unless you really, really want it to happen. And even then, it's difficult for a woman to get really bulky. And lifting weights helps with your bone mass. It just seriously, if you have more muscle, you're going to burn more fat. It's just going to happen, and you're going to lose weight.
Okay.
As long as you're eating right. So let's segue into nutrition.
Well,
unless you have something else.
What other things do you do working out? I mean, we've seen you do kettlebells, squats,
I do
push-ups,
mostly,
sit-ups.
Lifting weights, but then I also do high intensity interval training, which is, some people call it Tabata. You do and it doesn't have to be Tabata, but it could be 20 seconds of hard work of whatever you're doing, like say jumping squats, and then 10 seconds off, and then 20 seconds on. You do 8 rounds of that.
But for those of us who are normal, everyday mortals, you would say just get your ass up and move.
Yeah, as long as you're moving around, you can just do air squats. You can do jumping jacks.
Because what you were saying before is Greek to a lot of people that don't go to the gym, but they want to be fit. So get up and move, people.
Yeah.
Do push-ups, sit-ups.
You can go on YouTube and find workouts that are 5 minutes long. You can find workouts that are an hour long. They'll tell you exactly how many calories you're going to burn. It's amazing the amount of things that you can do to keep yourself fit without spending a lot of time.
Okay, so now nutrition-wise, you were going to go into that.
So nutrition, basically clean eating. And when people say clean eating, a lot of people don't know what you're talking about. It's basically not eating processed foods.
Which means
you really want to shop the outside of the supermarket. You'll notice the inner aisles are full of processed foods.
Yeah.
And GMO
marshmallows,
foods,
pork and beans, top ramen, all that crap versus fresh poultry, fresh beef, fresh produce, fresh dairy. Okay.
And if you can get your meats from a farm that that
avoids the antibiotics.
Animals are humanely treated. There's no antibiotics.
Antibiotics wreak havoc on your body, and as do
hormones, all that kind of stuff. You don't want any of that in your.
So we try to grow our own pigs and have our own chickens and our own eggs and all that stuff.
And vegetables
if you can, it's just lifestyle and changing things as you can, right?
Right.
Knocking down one thing at a time.
Right.
All right.
And it is more expensive a lot of the time to buy organic, but some things you don't have to buy organic. You can basically wash and you don't use the outsides of whatever it is, like mangoes or pineapples, fruits that you're not eating the outside. A great way to be introduced to this kind of eating is by looking up and following a Paleo Lifestyle. You don't have to always adhere to it perfectly, but it's a great guideline. Yeah. And there are many paleo cookbooks that
get off of a lot of the starches and sugars and things. And a lot of people think, I can't do that because I'm not productive enough. I don't make enough money, et cetera, et cetera. But I think that people will be more productive and have more earning power. It sounds like a stretch if they start eating cleaner and they clear their brains.
It's priorities. It's priorities.
Yeah.
If you're spending it on something that's really not.
Stop spending your money on tattoos and cigarettes and all the crap that you don't need, and spend it on nutrition. All right, so supplements?
Supplements, we take fish oil, magnesium, we take something called dim sum, which is it's kind of a sulfur, which helps rid your body of xenoestrogens, which are really bad, which can create cellulite even in men, can create man boobs.
Yep. And as can a lot of the processed food you eat.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in when you're drinking bottled water out of plastic, you're getting it from those plastics. If you're cooking in a microwave, you're leaching stuff from whatever you're cooking in.
You're saying estrogen?
Xenoestrogens. They're just really evil. They'll wreak havoc on your hormones.
So look up xenoestrogens and how to avoid them if you don't want man boobs.
Yes. Also, what else do we take? We take zinc, vitamin D3.
I drink fish oil. I drink like a big shot of fish oil every day.
Fish oil is really
we get a bottle. We get bottles of it from Norway, and if you get fish oil, you got to get really high quality.
Yeah. And magnesium, we take magnesium taurate.
Helps us sleep.
Yes, it's really good for sleeping and kind of keeps you regular.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Can't think of any other things that we take for supplements.
Well, one of the most important things
sleep.
Melatonin is great. Yeah, it's a great sleep aid and it's very healthy for you. And a lot of these things are they have anti-aging properties,
Mm-hmm.
right? Antioxidant properties. But what is the most important thing of all that we have missed out on?
Glutathione.
No. What is
the master antioxidant?
Putting back in the body what the
water.
body is made out of.
We drink the best water that you can make. It's Kangen water. It's alkaline. It's full of extra electrons.
So hydration with microclustered
so
water. Yeah.
Yes, it's microclustered, so it travels more easily in and out of your cells.
And please tell people that it goes without saying, don't drink filth like soda.
Oh yeah.
And
sodas are so bad.
Coffee is one thing. We all have
it's just acid. It's just a lot of acid, which disease cannot thrive in an acid-free environment. So if you can create an alkaline environment in your system, you're not going to have the diseases that people are so prone
and
to.
if you're drinking corn syrup like Mountain Dew and Sundrop and all that crap, Coke, and if you're drinking diet sodas, you're doing even more harm to your body with those chemicals. You're creating a cancerous environment, right? So
it's just not good for you.
Just try to knock off.
There are lots of vices you can have.
And we cheat. We cheat. We have dark chocolate and things like that.
Well, dark chocolate is actually paleo. So, I mean, you have to feed your brain with carbs. So, another thing that's paleo are sweet potatoes, which are really good.
I love sweet potatoes.
Me too.
Yeah.
And you can definitely get carbs, feed your brain.
All right.
With a paleo
Well, we
diet.
could go
It's
on
just
forever. We're at 12 minutes now, and I think you've talked about mostly everything. But for the
hula hooping.
Hula hooping. Farm Girl, I gotta hand it to you. You're always finding new and fun ways to stay fit.
Yeah.
And for being almost 50, you do a hell of a job. And I bear witness to the fact that you do work, and it isn't handed to you. And as far as we have a lot of people that say you were born wealthy. Or your husband, you're a trophy wife.
Yeah,
no. Not so much. Farm Girl married a poor dude. She.
We've been struggling for years.
we met when we were kids, and she couldn't have picked a worse candidate for
whatever.
As far in terms of wealth.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't have it. I had nothing when I met Farm Girl. I was a bartender.
You have the means.
Not that this has anything to do with it, but just so people know, she didn't. It wasn't like
I was gonna make it rich on my own.
Yeah, it wasn't, she didn't marry a rich guy that enabled her to go to the gym every day and have her me time. She works hard, and she works for her money very hard and her health. So, all right, thanks for sharing.
I hope that helped.
Well, we'll do another one, and we can get more specific. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear some of your answers so that people would have this much. So say goodbye, Farm Girl.
Bye, Farm Girl.
Thank you.